own words, was the greatest legislative assembly ever brought together by the Negro peoples of the world. Inasmuch as it included statements such as, "Be it known that whereas all men are created equal, they are entitled to the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We believe all men entitled to common human respect. We further demand free speech universally for all men. We believe in the self-determination of all peoples. We declare for the freedom of religious worship. We believe in the freedom of Africa for the Negro people of the world, and by the principle of Europe for the European and Asia for the Asiatic, we also demand Africa for the Africans, those at home. It predated the United Nations Declaration of Human Rights, which occurred in 1948. There were further conventions in New York in 1921, 1922, 1924, and 1926. In Kingston, Jamaica in 1929 and 1934, and in Toronto, Canada in 1938, each allowing for an exchange of experiences and the development of organization initiatives about political, economic, and social issues that faced Africans everywhere. I think historically that these conventions were the precursor for the Pan-African Parliament of today. Of local interest is the fact that there were 8 divisions in South Africa, the largest of any other African country. Cape Town and Johannesburg had divisions and maintained relationships with the New York office. Many letters to the Negro world came from Bechuanaland, Cape Colony, Ciskei, and Transkei. Clemens Kadali, a leader of the Industrial and Commercial Workers Union, ICU, who was influenced by Garveyism, as was Saul Platschek, Selope Tema, and Professor James Steele of the African National Congress. There were always several West Indians on the executive committee of the ICU, and they were usually members of the UNIA. The UNIA was among 30 organizations represented in the 1927 non-European conference in Kimberley. That was one of the first attempts at a nationwide front to resist apartheid. There were also 4 divisions here in Namibia, so that pound for pound, Namibia had better representation than South Africa. Kwame Nkrumah said, long before many of us were even conscious of our own degradation, Marcus Garvey fought for African national and racial equality. I think that of all the literature I studied, the book that did more than any other to fire my enthusiasm was The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey, published by his wife. Now, there's supposedly Pan-Africanists here. Who has read The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey? All right, I see a few. I'm not happy. I'm not happy. All right, I'm coming back hopefully in September. I want everybody here to have read The Philosophy and Opinions of Marcus Garvey. There are 3 volumes. I know many of you have only read volume 1 and 2, but there are actually 3 volumes. Malcolm X said, every time you see another nation on the African continent become independent, you know that Marcus Garvey is alive. It was Marcus Garvey's philosophy of Pan-Africanism that initiated the entire freedom movement, which brought about the independence of African nations. And had it not been for Marcus Garvey and the foundations laid by him, you would find no independent nations in the Caribbean today. All of the freedom movement that is taking place right here in America today was initiated by the work and teachings of Marcus Garvey. Both of Malcolm's parents were members of the UNIA. Martin Luther King Jr. said, Marcus Garvey was the first man of color in the history of the United States to lead and develop a mass movement. He was the first man on a mass scale and level to give millions of Negroes a sense of dignity and destiny, and made the Negro feel that he was somebody. He returned to Jamaica in 1927, and there became involved in local politics. He founded the first political party, and also the first labor movement there. He left Jamaica in 1935 and went to England, which was the heart of empire, where he associated with many of the West African students who came to London to study, people such as Jomo Kenyatta, etc. He died in 1940. The Pan-African mantle passed to Kwame Nkrumah after the 1945 Manchester Conference.